Hello and welcome to another episode of our podcast Top Jobs, which zigs and zags through Europe's core and industrial regions with the aim of putting a closer lens to the economic and social activities happening there in 2025. We're still in Ostrava, capital of the Moravian Silesian region in the Czech Republic, a place known as the heart of the country. Who knows, that moniker might not age well given the fast and bold transitions happening here. After all, the last operating mine around here is set to close shop later this year, and the Czech Republic has plans to bid coal goodbye in 2033. And whereas many other Eastern European coal regions facing that inevitable fate do look rough around their edges and there is a sense of abandonment, the same cannot be said about Ostrava and its surroundings. The Moravian Silesian region is not economically backward or struggling in any way. Nevertheless, it has felt the pain of rapid demographic shrinking since the 1990s due to the industrialization. That might be the biggest worry felt by the local managing authorities. How do we prepare young people for their lives ahead, and how can we help them stick around in this dynamic, open and connected world that we live in? Today we'll talk to representatives from two EU-funded projects that are busy getting involved with young people in a very focused way, and even, might I say, a future-oriented way here in Ostrava. I'd like to say welcome to Антон Хусовски, project manager at MS Pakt, and Nina Hwastkova, coordinator of the TRAUTOM project. Welcome.
Hello, happy to be here.
Hi. So let's get into it. First, MS Pakt. When was MS Pakt founded, and what was the motive and impetus behind its creation?
So, hello again. Our organization, Moravian Silesian Employment Pact, was formally established in 2019. However, we are working from, our activities are running from 2011 under another organization. And how the times went and the goals and the tasks were growing, in 2019 we decided to set up a non-profit organization itself. We were established mainly by the city of Ostrava and the Moravian Silesian region, together with the Regional Chamber of Commerce and the Union of Industry and Transport of the Czech Republic. The main goal was actually to contribute to the change of the long-term unfavorable situation on the regional labor market.
And so this is, I would say, it's broad mission of the MS Pakt. It wants to change the regional economy and the labor landscape. Let's talk about one aspect, because I guess it's an organization that tackles the problem from different aspects. Let's talk about education and the career guidance as you help those things. First, what was the state of career orientation, of the concept of career orientation in Czechia and the Moravian Silesian region before the launch of this body?
Yeah. I would like to maybe add one sentence to the previous question that our main target are people. So we are here to help people find their job or place in our region by various activities. So one of the activities are the career guidance. We start those activities in 2019, and before that, how's the situation in the region in the Czech Republic?
Regarding career orientation, specifically.
Well, we need to say that until now, this topic is not very much present in current law. Mm-hmm. So, as we will talk about the career guidance in the elementary schools, those positions are not are formally do not exist in the law as they should be present at the school. Right. So this was like a starting position, and from 2019 until now on, we are working to highlight those topics and to brought more attention that yes, a career guidance is a very important topic, that there should be career counselors in the schools, and we are working step by step to push more these topics towards the Ministry of Education and towards the local representatives.
So you're campaigning for basically creating this as a legal category, like as a recognized profession by law.
And
public schools.
Yes, and since the journey is more than 6 years old, we hope that soon this profession will be recognized, mm-hmm. and that the schools will receive some extra budget to finance those positions. Mm-hmm. It was based on the fact that before the career guidance, that was the same journey going through to, for example, school psychologist, mm-hmm. or some other professions that did not exist in the schools, but right now they are defined by the law and they have finance by the Ministry of Education. So we hope for the same for the career guidance.
And as I understand it, so as at the moment as we speak, there are no career guidance counselors in the public schools in the Czech Republic.
Formally they are not, but in the real life they are actually there and helping kids and parents to choose the future career, the future education.
And in their contracts, it just says that they're teachers and that they teach something.
Yes, they are mostly teacher, or they are something which we call educational counselor. Mm-hmm. So their main focus is not on the career guidance, but mostly on some educational aspects.
Right. And how did this idea of boosting this particular aspect of education, the career guidance, come about? Like, where did it originate?
It was logical that we want to complement the services that was in the school. So that was an educational counselor, there was a school psychologist. Mm-hmm. So actually the career guidance was missing in the system, right. Or the scope of the career of the counselors in the elementary school. And of course, the second thing is a political will, mm-hmm. that here in the city of Ostrava. We find the representatives that support us, and they see that yes, this is very crucial for the region, because if we will help kids to choose the right education, high education, and we will guide them through the career path, we will show them that in the region there are good employment possibilities. They will not leave the region, because this is one of the big problems, the brain drain of the young people. So we hope that by career guidance, we can stop the brain drain and we will keep the young people here in the region.
So it was very much this problem that you have, a very local problem that spurred on your action to campaign in front of the national authorities for this thing, something that would benefit, of course, the entire country, but it's you guys that from this region, from this former coal mining industrial region, that felt the need to boost. Yeah.
But I need to add that the career guidance is a national topic, and similar services are available in the other region. Also, for those that are not like coal mine regions, but still in those regions, there need to be a service that will help kids and the parents to choose the secondary education.
And again, specifically speaking again of MS Pakt as a body institution, can you just tell us a little bit about the EU funding and specifically the cohesion funds, and later as of last year, I guess, just transition funding? What share does it form of the total financing of the institution?
Yeah, well, right now we have our own budget, which consists of 1/4 of the total funding, and 75% are the EU funding. So we are mostly depending on various projects, mm-hmm. and those projects includes variety of agendas, starting from career counseling through the vocational training to the forecast of the labor market. Yeah. So the scope is very wide. We also work with the people with the disabilities, with foreigners, with the kids, with adults. So also our target group is very wide.
Okay, now back to career guidance, to that topic, which is the focus of our conversation. So what are the key components of the comprehensive course provided to career counselors at primary and secondary schools?
Okay, so when we started in 2019 in this project, we decided to build an internal capacity in the schools. So we chose 20 elementary schools in Ostrava, and we asked the headmasters of the schools to nominate a teacher who will become a career counselor.
Okay.
Some of the teachers was familiar with the topic because we didn't find out anything new. The topic of choosing a high school was there, but we want to add more knowledge to this guidance. So we started with these 20 counselors or teachers, and through the experiential learning, we developed the knowledge and skills that we thought that the career counselor should have. These trainings and workshops that we provide was around 60 hours in the first year, and then another 30 hours of practice.
Right, and is there any cost for them? Is there any cost involved for them, or is it free of charge?
No. This is free of charge for the schools, and we also get an extra support from the city of Ostrava. And the city of Ostrava is supporting schools with additional money that they can support those teachers as an extra money towards their like the rest of their employment contract.
Okay, so is this they take time to develop professionally?
Yeah, and they are motivated to work afternoons and evenings with the parents. Because
it's kind of like it's a second job now to them, because they're teachers in the, let's say, mornings, and then they can be career counselors. So how does the course the workshop that you do prepare participants for group work and individual work with students?
So as I mentioned, it's based on experiential learning. So we are trying, but by learning, we are trying to show them how they can use it in the practice. As I mentioned on the beginning, they have like 60 hours of workshops, which was concentrated on several areas. One of the area was, of course, theoretical background of the career guidance, then competencies of career counselor, then individual consulting and some diagnostic methods, and also development of career guidance skills in the classes.
And this is to work with groups, not just
yes. I mean, if we will take a closer look, what are the tasks of the career counselor in the schools? Very often, those counselors has regular classes with the kids, so they need some group activities. But out of that, they have like individual consultations with the pupils themselves or with the parents, talking about the possible schools, possible career path, or there are many diagnostic methods. So by these diagnostic methods, they need to talk about the results and what does these methods shows. Like, okay.
They produce a report.
Yes. Like they can see from these methods, like, okay, your kid is more technically oriented or more, art oriented or whatsoever.
Yeah, and as it stands now, this service that you have developed, it's also has a digital dimension to it with the help of online applications. Can you tell us more about them, about these online apps?
Yes, yes, as you mentioned, this is like a complementary service. Our colleague Kateřina Křepelková, she developed two applications. One is My Life After School, which is focused more on elementary school, and then the second app, Route to Employment, is more focused on the high school. So the first app is actually it's an app where the kids can choose their future career if they know what they would like to become, they can choose from the list. If they don't know what they would like to become, they can choose a group of competencies that they think they like, or they might be good at it, and the system will show them the professions that might be nice. Then they have an information about the profession itself, meaning what is the average earnings, in which high school or universities you can study those profession. What are the chances on the labor market, meaning like if the employability is good or not. And this is like one side of the application.
This is interesting. Like, just a comment. Like you're getting young kids thinking about serious adult stuff early on. Like so, they even things like salaries and employability. But
it's the form of the game, and it's like very interactive.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah,
and this is and this is like what the choosing of the future career is the first step, and there is a second step, and it's the financial literacy. Okay. Because on the second step, they are somehow building their own budget, and the app is asking them like, where would you like to live? In a house, in the flat? How much are you spending on the groceries, on the transport, whatsoever? And then the end, they have possible incomes from the profession and the cost of the living. And they can see that with this profession and with these living standards, it's not going to work out.
And the kids are generally responding well to these apps. Like they enjoy using them. And what's interesting that the game for them is to adjust the costs so they can fit to the income of the profession that they choose. So this is how you teach literacy. Yes, like, and we are updating the numbers every year, so the cost and the average, and so it has some local aspects. At the end of the app, we are also providing the comparison with the Prague prices and with the Prague salaries. So we will give them like another reason that it's not always the best decision to live to the capital. That there are benefits to living here in a smaller city as well, right? This is amazing. And the other one for the high school students, the way to road to employment. And this is more focused on the job hunting or finding a job, because students can play various part of the game. In the first part, they will conduct their CV. They are playing for fictive characters. They're not playing for themselves. So in the first part, they are conducting CV. In the second module, they are visiting like a fake job portal when they are applying for a job. Then they will receive an invitation to the interview with the avatar, with the person they are going to the interview. They need to learn something about the position because they need to respond to the HR representative. And then they will receive an outcome if they hire them or not. Right. So this is about showing them how does it work on the real labor market, how the job hunting really looks like. And it's a game, so they are playing for a fiction character. It may happen that they will get rejected 3 times in a row. In this case, the game will send them to the labor office. I see. So this is a game, but it also teaches them the aspects to be prepared for interview, to know something about the company. There are also some questions about the labor code, like for example, what are my rights as an employee towards the free days, or if employers should act like this or not. So we are trying to give them like basics of the labor code. This is amazing. Does this also use any AI integration, like because you said like avatars and? Well, not yet. Not yet. Yeah. This is the next step. Yeah. Yes. I need to mention that the first app was awarded by the National Career Advice Prize in the 2020. So this app is little bit older. However, the second app was developed just 2 years ago. And we are planning the third app, which will be focused on the adults. It will be under the TRAUTOM project, so Nina can speak about it later. Right. So we hope that in this new app we will include some AI. That's good. That sounds very amazing. I love it. And now the seminars, back to the career guidance workshops that the teachers get to benefit from. These seminars, do they integrate data and forecasts of the labor market? So something that they'll be prepared as well to what to advise the students.
Yes, thanks to our analytical team and cooperation with the local regional employers, we are able to share the very specific data about the current situation in the labor market, because our colleagues also focusing on forecast and the future trends. So also the apps is showing, for example, if the profession is going to be popular, or if the attractivity of the professions will be going down.
Right.
So yes, we are also including this aspect, and we are also providing an excursions to the companies. So the career counselors, together with the kids, they can see in the real life how the current labor place looks like. They have discussions with the HRs, so they can ask them like, hey, what competencies should today's kids has as our future employees?
Yeah.
So
it's that's actually very important, because when everything is just in theory and you talk about it, but until you see it, and we live in a very visual times, so it's everything. It helps with the learning process and absorption of this information when you can actually see how the job is done. And is there any support that you offer to these counselors once they complete the courses with your organization?
Yes, so after they completed the first series of workshop, we are meeting with them 4 times a year.
Okay.
For a half day. So there are meetings when all of those career counselors are meeting together with our career counselors, and we are preparing for them new activities that are ready-made to use. They are sharing the knowledge. They are talking about the current topics, like, for example, right now there is a time of sending applications to the secondary school. So this is a very hot topic for them to discuss.
So you prepare certain things for them, materials that they can use.
Yes. Every time they have a new ready-made materials that they can work with, and there is a place for sharing, and we are also trying to bring new topics in the career guidance. For example, well-being and some other topics that are connected with it.
And do they even work in partnership or in conjunction with the school psychologists in any way?
Well, yes. Again, it depends how they are supported in each schools and how are the relations. But the way how we conduct the materials for them, the materials can be very easily shared with the colleagues, with their with another teachers. So those teachers can use it in their own classes. There are many ready-made material, for example, for the mathematics class.
Right.
So the kids are playing with the numbers and they don't know, but there is some career guidance behind that.
Yeah. How do you measure the success and the impact of these career counseling sessions and basically of the work that you do?
We are not gonna pretend that the long-term impact is a piece of cake, because it's not. So what is the biggest challenge is to trace the pupil's educational and career path. Because when the pupil finish the elementary school, we are sort of missing data from the high school, where this pupil which and when joined the high school. So this is a data that we are very hardly conducting, because those data they're not reporting back. The high school are not reporting back to the elementary schools hey, we have your kid, and the kid was registered to our school.
And likewise with the high school students, you have to rely that they will self-report on I guess many of them will go on to study to universities, and or maybe some of them go and enter the labor market. But I guess they would have to also report, or you kind of have to follow them how they.
Well, that's true, but in the stage of leaving elementary school and joining high school, we're missing sort of data.
Yep.
However, what we can evaluate is that we developed our own evaluation tool when the kids are fulfilling the evaluation tool on the beginning of the year and on the end of the school year, and the evaluation will show individual kids as well as the class one, how are the sorry, I missed the word, how does they develop in such an area, because this evaluation tool is based on the four sets of competencies, or four sets of the things, and if on the beginning of the school year this evaluation tool shows to the teacher that the majority of the class has a problem with, for example, self-presentation, then during the year the teacher can focus on to develop the skills of self-presentation. And then they can evaluate in the end of the year if the self-presentation got better.
All right. And just one more thing about these work trips that you do, like the shadowing trips, where you take kids to like companies so they can see this, how the job gets done, basically behind the scenes. What kind of companies do you partner with? Are they some of the biggest employers here in the region?
I'm happy to say that we are covering almost the whole labor market, and we cover from the small bakery store to the big international corporates.
No, that's lovely.
Imagine that right now in the project we have 42 elementary schools in Ostrava, and the demand for the excursion is very high because imagine that some of the school has more than one class in the school, and we are trying. We set up some standards, and we want only a small group of kids in the excursions. It doesn't make sense to take 25 kids together.
It becomes a mess. Yeah.
But we are going to the small bakery store, to the hospitals, to the social services, to the manufacturing plant, to some IT companies. What actually the labor market offers right now.
Right, thank you. It's very, very informative. And now we will turn our attention a little bit to the adults and how they get, what kind of help they get when it approach the labor market. And now, speaking of about the adults, we'll turn to Nina from who's coordinating the TRAUTOM project, which is a fairly new project financed by the Just Transition Fund. So Nina, what is TRAUTOM's approach to career counseling, given that you deal with a different target group, not students anymore and young kids? And let's begin with this.
As you said, so career counseling in this project is focusing only on adult people. But for example, we can say there are people who are currently unemployed, or are people, for example, who want to change their job or maybe profession. It's normally that you have to totally change what you are doing now. Or maybe some of our clients are people who had some career break, maybe women
jobs.
or or another else, and they want to enter again to the labor market. So they, for example, need help with this entering again.
And is this service free of charge for the?
Because as you said, the project is funded by European Fund, Just Transition Fund, so it's free of charge for all of our clients.
And what are the requirements to join that, to be part of this project? as a beneficiary?
Yeah, requirements, only to be adult.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so it's as easy as that. Yeah, in the need of a new career, let's say. Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe.
What can then a person expect to see and hear when he approaches you to seek advice and information about career options and opportunities? Can you walk me through a typical consultation for you?
Okay, it's not so easy. It's not so easy because it really depends on the need of each client.
Right.
But we can say that the consultation is a type of interview with our counselors, and they are guides, we can say. Yeah, so they are guiding them in that situation. Yeah, they are asking and they are speaking about what they really need now. Yeah, and it depends. Someone really is looking for a job and need only information and data of job vacancies, for example. But for example, we have clients who are employees, they are employed, and they are thinking about the changes, and in that situation they are speaking, for example, about their values, about their motivation, about what they want to change. And it's interesting that sometimes these clients decided not to change their profession, and it's, for example, about the motivation, about the values, about the situation, what I feel now in my life. So it's really difficult to describe how this consultation is, and as I said, it really depends on each need of each client.
And do you cooperate in any way, or do you have partnership with the regional or national employment office?
Yeah, sure. We have a cooperation, and the labor office in Czech Republic offers, we can say, the career counseling too. But they are, for example, more focusing on long-term unemployed people. This is what we are not doing. We can help unemployed people or people who are employed and want to change their job. So we are in the cooperation, and we know about our services, and we can recommend our services to each other.
Oh, okay, great. So you have and you when it comes to statistics and stuff, I guess you both use the same sources, and like when it comes for information. And what are the results that you have seen since your launch last year? I know it's fairly early to speak of like huge results and all that, but really in the meantime, like what do you have as results, and are they meeting your expectations that you have started with?
We are satisfied with the results of the project because we have launched this project in May last year. And what we did is that we created a career center for adult. We had 2 career counselors, and we are offering individual consultation. We are offering workshop.
Right. Oh, okay.
We can say that last year we had more than 100 or 600 clients, which is really enough, but it's because of one situation, because last year really important employer, one steel factory, Liberty Ostrava, closed. Or was closed, because of financial crisis of the owner, and they had to fire more than 1,000 people. So our center offered services for these people. We spoke about what to do now, about labor law conditions, and thanks to this bad situation, we had more clients that we had expected.
There was a surge, a wave, basically, that suddenly had a critical situation, almost in a sense. So, did you organize some kind of like you said, workshops apart from consultations?
No, we didn't workshops for them, but we did only individual consultation. We had offices inside of the company. We cooperate with unions months of this company, and we offer especially this career counseling.
And when you do offer workshops for other like clients that you have, how long do they last?
There are workshops for 2 or 3 hours. We started with presentation of career counseling because it's still something new. As Tony has said, that our organization started before 6 years with career counseling in schools. I can say that the similar situation is now between adults. We can saw it in employees of this steel factory, that there were people who were worked only in this factory. They had no experience, for example, with no another jobs, no experience with the labor market, and they were really in shock. What to do now, and they were shocked how the real labor market is nowadays. And the professions from the steel factory are maybe not applicable in another factories. So for them there was important to find a job in another sector, for example, and go through reskilling, find a new job. But what I wanted to say is that I forgot what I wanted to say.
So the workshops, then you said they can last 2 or 3 hours, or? And
I wanted to say that the first workshops were about career counseling at all. It means show people that exist this service and how can we help them and what does it mean, because we know that the career counseling will be needed more and more, because the labor market is changing very fast, and it's really difficult, especially for adult people, for 40 years old and older, for example. It's really difficult then when they, for example, lose their job or have to change it. So the first workshops were focused on promotion, we can say, of these services, and that will be a big challenge for the whole project, to promote this service and speak about career counseling is for you, is for citizens, we can help you, and how.
And speaking of promotion, how do you actually inform the community that this service exists, this unfamiliar career counseling thing? How do they get to find out that you exist? What are your ways?
So we have a communication strategy, and we can say that we started from zero. So the first, we can say we have some cooperation, for example, with labor office or with another important institution, some high schools, some universities, or for example, we are starting to speak with libraries in cities in our region, which support these events maybe. Really important are social media. So we have a profile in LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and we are starting to push to this social communication. But I have to say that it's really hard, and as I said, it will be the biggest challenge for us, because now we offer more our services here in Ostrava because we are from Ostrava, but the goal maybe of the project in the end, in the 2027, we really want to offer these services for citizens of the whole region, and not only in Ostrava, but in another bigger cities and another smaller districts.
That was going to be actually my next question. So you already said basically how do you plan on expanding? Because what is the deadline, or what is it for the TRAUTOM project? TRAUTOM will end it in December 2027, but we can say that it's a pilot program. So, for example, e-career center will be created through this project, but we hope that then their services will continue. As Tony mentioned, we are creating now an application as a career guidance for adult people, and so there are many activities what we want to do, and we are in the beginning, and I hope that we'll be successful in a promotion of career counseling. The application plan, that sounds exciting, because if it's something similar to what he described, I think will be very helpful and beneficial to people, because nowadays, there's something maybe they can even do from their phones, and they can just get sucked into the whole process of planning their career and see it as something that's not tragic or dramatic. So then, how do you plan? Because maybe measuring is still early stage, but how do you plan to measure the long-term impact of your projects in the local economy?
Okay. So we have some outputs or some outcomes. Planned outcomes of the project. So, for example, we want to offer services of our center for more than 1,000 people. Yes. So. It's one of type. Then the Project TRAUTOM, competencies of 21st century is the whole name. It's not only about career counseling. This is only one of the major activity, but it's about supporting of lifelong education of adult people too. And we are supporting companies to create educational projects. So we have some money, we can say, some budget which is allocated on this support. So it's another type how we can measure if it was successful or not, how many projects companies applied. And then we are creating online platform, some online catalog, demand-driven catalog of training courses, not only for companies but for employees too. And because the Project TRAUTOM, the whole work with the context of green and digital transformation, so our analytic teams, because as MS Pakt has analytic activity, one of the main activities. So in this project we do the same, but we are focusing especially on the key sectors of our region, as you said, because we were a coal mining region and a region with heavy industry, and we still have this industry here. Yes. So we have to analyze it, and we want to define a new competency which will be needed in these sectors, and which professions, for example, will create, or how nowadays professions will change. And these analyses we are doing together with companies in our region, and we are trying to analyze these future needs of education. And this online catalog will be the result of their needs, and we hope that we will offer them good training courses to upskill people or reskill people, and to keep them at work, or to make them possible change and find a new job in a new labor market.
Will you also integrate these competencies that you require in the app that you're developing, so they can, at the end, it would recommend them, here you could do this course, we believe this will be good for you, this kind of
it's nice
training.
How you see the whole structure of our services and products, and everything will be connected together, that clients from app can, for example, enter to the online catalog, and we will make, for example, cards of new job professions. So I hope that everything will be connected.
Perfect. All right, we had a very, very interesting and enlightening conversation here today with Tony and Nina. So thank you both for joining us and sharing your experiences and the good things that you're doing here in Ostrava. So I will be following closely and with a lot of interest the developments happening here. Thank you once again, and
thank you for your invitation.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.